Well, hey, my name is Ryan Earnhardt from CreativeSoundLab.tv, where audio recording is an art form. Well, today I'm going to be talking a little bit about how you can get really cool tones on drums using compression. And the compressor is one of my favorite effects. It's really a tone shaping device. There is a lot to be had with good compression and really sculpting sounds. So we're going to be taking a look at the tracks that I've made available to you. If you want the tracks, go ahead and pick them up via the link on the screen or the link below. And you can be mixing along with this entire series. You can pick it up anywhere you like. You can do your own drum tracks. I'd love to hear what you guys are mixing. Feel free to send them over to me. And today is really about shaping tones with compression and really what you can do with compression on drums to get some cool tones, not just control the sound, but really make it interesting and unique to listen to. So let's check it out. So what I'd like to do is pull up the soft take. A few weeks back we did a whole episode on the difference between slamming the drums and hitting them softly, and able to get a little bit different results out of playing them softly versus loudly. And so this is where it kind of comes into play. I have the Warm Audio WA76 here, and I'm going to be playing the kick, high tom, and low tom through the compressor, and we can see on the meters each drum as it's being played and the amount of reduction that's being applied to each channel. And through this, playing the soft take, we can actually get back a lot of the attack that we may not have had in comparison to that hard-hitting take. So what this, in short, gives us, kind of to bring it home at this point, is that we have all the cool harmonics happening when the drums are playing at low volumes, and it gives us all this stuff to work with, okay? We have tons of sustain at our disposal, but we can get it back. And these compressors really help to kind of punch it through the mix. We can do a super fast release and get sustain, or we can slow it down a little bit. The slower we get the release, the more impact and punch the drum will have. So we can kind of fine tune it here. The attack really can kind of go about anywhere, I find. It's pretty much fast and even faster here. But the release is a greater range of what it can do. And I find that for drums, I usually have to feather it somewhere between 3 o'clock and, say, 1 o'clock. And I can feather, more sustain for real fast, or a little bit more impact and punch, more towards 1 and 12 o'clock here. So I had this kind of fast here. So, but let's go ahead and listen to this, and keep in mind that because we've played the drums soft, we have lots of tonal content, and then this kind of brings it all home. Let's listen and see how this works. I really like the soft take. I think the final recording will be more like that soft take than of the hard take. But let's see how the compression is really shaping the tone and helping it poke through a really dense mix. Now, in this example, I want to show you a little bit more about some aggressive compression. And this is not for every song, unless it's a particular choice that you want to make, go for it. But on snare, top compressor here, I just have a 4-to-1 compression, 10 o'clock on the attack, about 12:30 on the release. And I'm just kind of going for 2 to 3 dB just to kind of help control the snare, add a little bit of attack. So I have a little bit of slower release there. So, faster, more sustain, you crank it to the right, more attack, more to the 12 o'clock there. So high tom and floor tom. And really, I'm just demonstrating kind of what I usually go for. It's not for everything, especially this song. There's so much low end there that even for the floor tom, it's overkill. but it gives you that that really kind of rubber band kind of sound within the drums. It's like it's really stretchy. You'll hear it in this high tom here when I play the tom fill. Do 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 do, and then this one is doing the offbeats do 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 do. So I know I sound crazy right now, but the meter's going to be jumping. Let's see what this sounds like. It's not for every song. Okay, it is pretty aggressive, and you'll notice that there's tons of cymbal bleeds. So that is a side effect. Whether it's cool or not cool is up for you to decide. I think for this song, it's almost like I don't need the overheads if I'm going to be doing this type of compression on those tom mics, because there's just so much getting in with this much aggressive compression. Let's check this out. Okay, so for the third way that I like to really color my sound, color the drums with compression, is with the overheads, and really trying to get a good amount of ducking whenever the kick hits, the compressors kick in, and you hear that that reduction in the cymbals. It has a really cool effect. I'm going to dial in a little bit for you here to kind of demonstrate that sound. Now this is 20 to 1. Decently fast release, pretty standard settings here, not too crazy. But the idea is to really get this set right on the inputs so that you see some reduction happening to those kicks. And a lot of times the cymbals just sound a lot fuller. The cymbals have a lot more sustain that way, and therefore they can be a little bit quieter in your mix because they're more constant. They have a louder average volume because their average is raised up via compression here. So this song here, it doesn't quite duck so much, but you can hear it a little bit right after I hit the cymbal really hard. In that first bar, you can really hear it in the first bar, kind of the ducking effect. So let's check it out. Okay, so those were just a few pointers on what you can do with compression on drums. Once again, the three were bringing up the soft tones so that they can poke through and translate through a mix. Drums sound really full this way. They sound, there's a lot more interesting things happening in the ring of the drums, and classic T Bone Burnett kind of stuff. Then from here we have kind of the all buttons mindset, where you're almost getting distortion-like tones, you're getting huge tom sustain, you're just kind of going nuts on the compressor. And number 3 was compressing the overhead so that they're actually pumping with the kick drum. So every time the kick hits, that low frequency is causing a trigger. It's above that threshold, so we get a whole frequency-wide reduction and bringing down those cymbals, making a really cool pumping effect. Really common and rock and roll type stuff. If I were to do something like Rage Against the Machine, where it's just really in your face, lots of cymbal crashes, I'd be using that technique. So Let me know what you thought of this episode. Comment below, tell me what you thought, and I'll see you next week.